Hi, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, welcome. And I'm Shauna from Rescued Relics. Today we're going to talk about bookkeeping. It's a huge part of reselling, I guess a huge part of any business. And you know, everybody scared of the tax man. You want to make sure you're doing things right. So first of all, I'm not a professional. I am new at reselling. I've only this is my second year filing taxes, but you know, I tried to find someone who knew how to do these things, and I found little snippets, but not the meat and potatoes I was looking for at first. So I thought, you know what? Once I do it, and figure it out, I want to share with you guys. So that's what we're doing today. But first, we're going to start with a joke. String walks into a bar and says, "I'd like to have a drink." Bartender says, "Well, I can't serve you. You're a string." String's like, "Fine." Walks out of the bar and ties himself up into a knot and kind of messes up his hair. And he goes back in and says, "Well, I'd like to have a drink." The bartender says, "Hey, aren't you that string?" He says, "Afraid not." I love that joke so much. And while I was thrifting this weekend, look what I found. It's afraid not. And it says, stressed out? I'm afraid not. So, just makes me so happy. And his little frayed hair. Isn't he adorable? I'm going to keep him forever. Boop, boop. So cute. You want to hang out right over here? Wait, I can't see what I'm doing. Right there. Okay, down to business. So when you go shopping, you get all your treasures. Yay! Then, when you get home, some people, they track each item. They enter what it is and how much they paid for it, and they do all the details. Now, there's other people like me that go thrifting, boop-a-doo, get all the treasures. Yay! Okay. And then I put the receipt in a box. And then I don't do anything. And then I'm like, oh no, how would I ever know what went with who, where, when? So, did some research, and there's a great way to keep track of your stuff without having to keep total track. I went shopping and spent a total of $51.04. Okay, so then what you do is you take the items here. You count out how many, or you can physically count them, I guess, out of your bag. But here is like, they have like how many I had. A number of 4. I had 4 and 1 and whatever. So I added those up when I entered them. And let's see, I didn't have that prepared. And some of them, like the Goodwill actually has it totaled for you down at the bottom. I don't know if you know that or not. But down at the bottom of the Goodwill receipts, usually they have number of items. But let me count these real quick. 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 17. Okay, so 17 items, $51.04. So then you write down 17 items, and then you divide the 17 items into the 5104. Okay, my calculator died the other day. Yeah, it's dead. Okay, we'll use my phone. Look how pretty this case is. I got it off of Amazon. And then I did a review because I loved it so much. I'd been waiting to get one of these forever. Okay, I digress. Calculator, 5104 divided by 17. So it was $3 per item. Now, I'll show you on a spreadsheet, you know, where I enter this stuff at. And then from that spreadsheet, I go to a different spreadsheet, and that is a different part. And this is like a 2-part series. So, but I wanted to show you how I get to the second part. That's like the meat and the potatoes. But you have to do this to get to there. All right. Now, you'd take all these receipts and you would log them into the system. And that is what I will show you next. About how I keep track of all the things that I purchase. and how I do cost per item to give a value to each item based on the receipt that I bought and the number of items and that sort of thing. So for today's date, not today's date, I started it on a piece of paper, so I'm going to enter it, and you can just kind of go along with me. And as you see, I have the date, number of items, cost per item, location sourced, the total amount that was paid, and then if I, the miles. And these first few, I went, it was like a little weekend getaway, so these were the total miles. All right, so we're just going to add a couple. You can be with me. Let's see, it was January 18th. I went to a whole bunch of different places and it was amazing. Number of items I purchased were 17 items. And where did I go? I went to St. Vincent's in Post Falls. And let's see, it was a cost of $51. So to get this number, I take the 51 and divide it by the 17 items. $3 per item. Great. Let's do one more. And it was the same day. Then number of items, 16. And Post Falls Hospice. Total amount, $29.15. So let's see how much that comes out to be per item. $1.82. All right, so what I do after I enter all of January is I would put a total down here and kind of, then we would add and it should be the same. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? We'll do some. Then we should take the $136.15 and divide that by the 55, get a total of cost per item of $2.48. And I'll do this each month, basically because I'm smaller. I don't sell hundreds of items a month or anything like that. I might buy hundreds of items, but I don't sell hundreds of items, not yet. We're getting there. Anyway, that is where I get the number for the month to put into the next video to show you how I do the inventory. All right. Thank you. Oh, and now I've seen people ask, and I wanted to show you what I did when I purchased something and it's all together and I'm at the checkout and a couple of things are for me, or I found something for someone I love, that sort of thing. So what I did, this is my receipt from the VA thrift store this weekend. So my total was $54.30. Okay. All right, I decided I was just going to record this with me writing it out. That way I can show you guys. So I went shopping at the thrift store and I paid $54.30 total. I purchased 22 items. That came out to $2 and 47 cents each. Now I decided to keep 6 items. 2 accidentally broke. Well, actually, 1 broke and 1 was broken and I just didn't notice it. So you can write those off as well. And then there's 14 that we are going to sell. So what I would do is I would take the 247 and I would multiply it by the 14 for my receipt purposes. Okay, I found a calculator that works. So we would take 14 times $2.47 equals $34.58. Now this is the number that I would put in for what I had as a business cost. The other cost is this would be for like cost of goods sold. Now the 2 broken, you could also take the 2 broken and you multiply that by $2.47. And if you can't sell them and you have to let those go, then you would take 2 times 247 and you would write that off as like damaged items and such. At least that's what I would do. But honestly, I'm still learning. And hopefully you're learning with me. And if there's something I'm doing like really wrong, please let me know. I want to do things right. It's not that I don't want to do them. I want to do them right, but I want to do it the simplest way. So I can get out there and go thrifting, right? Well, thanks for being with me today. I sure hope that was helpful. Please remember, I'm not a professional, but I'm just kind of teaching you what I've learned and sharing my knowledge. I hope it's helpful, and please like and subscribe if that's something you want to do. Don't forget there's part 2 that gets more into the quarterly and the tax statement stuff. This is kind of the beginning papers, this is the salad that gets you to the meat and potatoes. So then when you send everything off to the IRS or your state, that's like the dessert, is letting go of it all and giving it to them. Okay, until next time, have fun rescuing. Off to the rescue.